I cannot believe this happened. Hi guys, Ian here, and today we have another table talk. Let me tell you, I cannot make my life up. If you follow my beauty channel, Just Ann, you know my last few videos, like the unboxings videos, like the fuse went. And it has been a heat wave in Jersey. I am not kidding. So bad, like with the heat index, one of the days reached 120. And I tell you, us Jerseyans ain't used to that. Okay. It was so bad that some of the roads in Jersey were actually buckling. They buckled and cars were like flying on the street.
All lanes on I-287 South are reopened after extremely high temperatures caused parts of the road to buckle Tuesday, according to NJDOT. Some drivers reported going airborne over the buckles before the lanes were shut down. Crews worked through the night to repair the sections of road in Montville and Riverdale. Officials said that the expansion of bridge joints caused the concrete road to buckle. Parts of New Jersey hit record-breaking temperatures Tuesday, with some areas reporting 103 degrees.
I can't even make it up because we're not used to it. It should not happen, but it's just crazy. One of the days was 115. It was crazy. So I just got done unboxing my Trend Mood box. I have to say it slower. I'll say Trend Mood box. And again, the fuse went because it's so hot right now. And I always wait till like the afternoon to film. So if it happens again, we'll continue the vlog, the table talk downstairs. The boys are home, so that's why I figured let me come up here real quick. But let me tell you what happened. So that day when I filmed, I did 3 unboxings and I did a vlog, right? That's when I talked about like when I went on, I seen somebody's live stream and I went there to check them out and they were talking about me like with my kids and stuff, right? We have Akira and Aura right there. Anyway, so that day I kept having issues where the fuse like kept going. So, okay. Well, I have my air condition plugged into like this tower that has a surge thing. Okay. And I've never had it. I've been here, what, five years or something like that. And I'm on the 3rd floor. And this attic, I tell you, was converted a long time ago. So it has the old wirings. Now, I'm telling you all this for a reason, because the wirings have something to do with this, okay? Now, there was a house fire here in 2018, so 80% of the house got redone and got put up to code, brand new wires, all that type of stuff. The attic did not. And so we never had, occasionally, but that I can remember, I've never known it to go to like 120 degrees heat index. And so anyway, I said, all right, after I got done filming and stuff, maybe it's because it was plugged into like the tower, like the surge thing. Maybe I need to plug it directly into the wall. So that's what I did. I plugged it directly. I unplugged the tower thing and I plugged it directly into the wall. And then I went downstairs. Didn't think anything of it. I come back upstairs a couple hours later and I'm like, oh my God, it was like you go up the steps and it was hot. The banister was hot to touch. It's like when you go into a car that's very hot and you first time you're touching everything, you're like, ooh, I'm not kidding. That's how hot it was. No exaggeration. Okay. I come up here. It was so hot. Like I was melting. The light switch wouldn't work. Like the whole, everything went. Okay. Because if you've seen when the fuse goes out, like these lights don't go out because they're plugged into something different outlet. It's only right here. So I'm like, our fuse thing is down in the basement and I hate that basement. Okay. And nothing was out of spot. You know how sometimes like something's to the left and you just push it back. So I didn't see anything. So I just pushed all of them to the left and back to the right. I come all the way back upstairs. I have my bad ankle. And again, nothing would work. And the first thing I thought, because everything went, I thought there's a bad wire in another house fire. I was home by myself. I started crying. I thought, oh my God. And it smelled like a burning smell, but it's because it was so hot up here, It scared the shit out of me. I thought, what am I going to do? And I can't find the fuse for the attic because if there is a wire that's bad, you need to turn the power off, right? So that it doesn't I didn't know what to do. I'm like literally crying. I don't know really any handymans. I don't know anybody. I didn't want to call Ryan because he's never been here, and I didn't want to like, whatever. It was close to my kids coming home, and I don't know. And I didn't know what to do. It was weird because when I came up in the attic, something made me, a sense said, go up in the attic. I don't know why. It was weird. I just got this strong sense, and that's when all this happened. So in the meantime, I'm taking some of my makeup downstairs, right? The giveaway stuff, right? I'm going to have a giveaway on my beauty channel. I take all that stuff downstairs so it doesn't go bad, anything like that. I just like cried. I didn't know what to do. And so, like, my kids, they don't know what to do. And my son called his friend Devin, but his friend Devin was at work. I thought, so this was the first day. So then I thought, okay, I Googled it and it said sometimes if it keeps, well, let me get to this. So I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, the first person I always text is my best friend, Lisa. Her husband, let me just tell you, they live states away. And her husband will literally FaceTime with me to help me. When I tell you, Lisa is like, I don't know what I would do without her. When I tell you that. My friend Jody, she'll help me as much as she can, but her husband works a lot and all of that. But like Lisa's husband, he'll literally FaceTime me. It could be 2:00 in the morning. And he'll try to fix, like when my heat didn't work, a couple years ago, he literally was trying to figure it out, but it's hard when they're not there, and this house is old, right? And so anyway, he was at work and he was trying to tell Lisa to tell me things. And then my friend, I have another friend, her husband is, I think he's an electrician or he like works on things. Like, I don't know what he does. And he was like, well, take pictures of, even Lisa, for her husband said, take pictures of, I think, what is that called? The fuse box or whatever that's in the basement, and take pictures of the panels because we needed to figure out which one was the attic to turn that power off, because I can't tell you. I have PTS of house fires, but I thought I can't do, not another one. My friend, her husband was like, well, look for another fuse box. You have to have another fuse box. And I'm like, we don't have any other fuse boxes. We just don't. I've never seen another fuse box. That's the only one that I know of. You hear that noise, Akira's chewing on a bone. And anyway, so something said, go up in the attic and look. Something just told him, go in the attic closet and look. And I looked, and there's a small fuse box in the attic, right in this closet here. I've never, and I hang my clothes and stuff there. I never noticed it before, ever. And maybe I have, and I don't recall. I don't know. And that is separate for the attic, because remember, this used to be an attic, so it didn't have really wires and all that type of stuff. And so when they converted it to a room, so it has its separate thing. And that's what happened. The attic fuse went because it was just too strong, because we have the window air conditions and it was just pumping. It was too strong. When I tell you the relief, I said, okay, it's not a burning wire. Okay. But again, I immediately unplugged it from the wall and put it back to the tower, because at least if that happened again, just these would go off, not everything, right? But the air conditioner kept doing it. That's when it was real hot. It was like 120 degrees. And I'm like, why? So I Googled why it kept blowing the fuse. And it said, one, you could have a dirty filter, but most of the time it's bad air conditioning. Maybe the coil's bad or what have you. Something's leaking or something that can cause it to blow the fuse. So I looked and I said, oh, that filter does look a little dirty. So let me clean it. And I cleaned it and I put it in and it worked for the rest of the night. And I'm like, that's it. So I'm like, I'm telling everybody, oh my God, this whole time. And it was just that. That's what I thought. Okay. The next day, it wasn't as hot, but it was like still like up there. And again, around 2:30, that's when it start doing again, because that's when it's the hottest here. And the attic, the windows are on the side of the house. Okay. And that's where like, there's no really trees. So the sun, everything. And when my grandmother's husband did this, he didn't put any of the insulation in the walls or anything. So it's like just like it would be like metal and the sun hitting it. There's nothing. I mean, it's whatever. Again, it start going. And I'm like, okay, so it's not that. maybe it's the bad air condition. So I text Tyler. He was at work. He goes, Mom, just stay downstairs and over the weekend, I'll get you a new air conditioner. Okay, fine. Because this air conditioner is like 4 or 5 years old, and I kept saying, this year I'll be fine, but next year, like when it goes on sale, I need to get a new AC because they don't make them like they used to. So I was shocked, and Tyler, it was like took him a while to come home, and he came home with a new air conditioner for me. I was shocked that day because he said, wait, the weekend, right? And Lexi works overnight. So Lexi was like, Mom, just sleep in my room. So he brings the air conditioner up and we put it in he puts it in and everything was working. I'm like, okay, that's what it was. It's just, this one's getting old, what have you. And when it's real hot, it's just, okay. So it worked all night. And then again, the next day, the third day, again, around 2:30, it did it again. So we all came to the conclusion that when it gets a certain amount of degrees, it's just too hot in here for the air condition to pump. It's just too hot. And again, because it's the old wiring, and I don't know if it's a 110 outlet, 220, I don't know, but it's just not strong enough. Like in here, you would need central air or what have you. Because again, Josie's not used to it. And at 5 years, it's never done that. So, which is good. I needed a new AC anyway, but that's that. And then it didn't do it at all until today I start filming because then it stormed, then it went down to the 70s and then 80s. And today it went up again to like 105, 106 heat index. And look, I can't make my life up. Do you see that? That's exactly what happened. I told you. See, this is what happened. At first, it was just the tower. See, so it's just these lights and the AC. But these lights stayed on. So when I plugged it to the wall, everything went. And that's why I thought, oh my God, the wires. Something happened. I just thought like something's burning and it blew everything. All right, let me unplug the AC. I'm going to turn these two lights on, keep the ring light on, and finish up the vlog. That way I can finish this up. So it'll be short and sweet. Hold the phone. I have the new AC on because that seems to work a little bit better. I never took the window air conditioner out. This is a stand-up one, just in case, like if this didn't work, or I don't know. So that is on right now for the dogs. I turned all the lights off here and the light up top there I turned off. So let's just see, because I was going to finish filming downstairs, but I want to see how this works. I am truly out of breath. It's just way too hot. Let me see. See, it's 3:02. Let's see. Isn't it weird? It's around 2:30 all the time when it happens. It's so weird. Yeah, it's 107 with the heat index. So that's why. It's like once it gets a certain degrees up here. And then after today, starting tomorrow is going to be nice. It's supposed to storm though around 6 o'clock tonight. So it'll like kind of cool it off. But I know it's dark, but I just want to see. I'm going to wait about 10 minutes and just see if that happens. Again, if it does that, so I know I'm in the dark, but we shall see. I probably should bring the dogs downstairs. Oh, we'll see. If they go towards the stairs, and I'll bring them downstairs and finish filming. But like, again, I have that AC on right here. So anyway, that was the issue. So everything worked out. Everything always works out. When we think it's so bad, I mean, and that made me think like people that don't have any AC, like I complain a lot saying, oh my God, the kitchen gets so hot and, the dining room's, but I complain about the bathroom being hot, because we have just window ACs and stuff. But I am so lucky because at night I can come in my room in the air condition or my kids' room or sleep downstairs in the living room if need to be. But there's always a room that I can cool off in. And there are some people that just don't have that. They are just in there. The fan will blow hot air. You know what I mean? And so I am so glad that this happened because I want you guys to see that even when we think we have it so bad, there's always people that have it worse. Okay, so what? From 2:30 to like 9 o'clock, there's no air. Okay. But at nighttime, because it cools off a lot here, the AC works. Okay. But Jersey doesn't go in triple digits like that too often. You know what I mean? And again, the kids, whatever the case may be, I can always cool off. And so, yes, of course I was scared because if it was a wire and then I didn't know like where the fuse thing was to turn the power off, that is scary. That I'm not saying because I think anybody would be scared, especially if that you had a previous fire was just a few years ago. You know what I mean? From an electrical fire. But just not having air conditioning for a few hours, I thought it was like, oh my God, because I got so much makeup. Well, guess what? Then you just take the makeup downstairs or what have you. But it could be so much worse. You know, I think sometimes we forget about that, even myself. And I preach that all the time. That's why at the end of my videos, I say, do as I say, not as I do. Because I have to even tell myself that there are people that don't have any AC. There are people that are homeless, that are outside, that can't even get a fan to have any relief, nothing. And so when you think you are going through and have it bad, just remember that there's always people that have it worse than you. Again, I always say, if you think you have it bad, go to the cancer hospitals, go to a children's, like what St. Jude's Hospital and stuff like that. Go there and look at those kids that have cancer, or the adults that have cancer or are dying or what have you, or are in the last stage of COPD or whatever the case may be. I mean, my daughter's father, who just passed away last month, he went blind at the age of 28. Yes, he was depressed for years. Yes. But, you know, I remember one time I was like complaining to him. And you know what he said? He said, Ann, you have nothing to complain about. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you can see. He said, I would do anything to see what my kids look like. The last time I seen Lexi, well, he has a nickname. He calls her Tigamom. Tig or Tigamom. He said, the last time I seen Tigamom, she was 3. He said, I've never seen my son, little Chucky, because he went blind when little Chucky was 3 months old. He said, you can walk. There's people that are diabetic that lose their legs or lose their toes or whatever. He was like, you can walk. He said, there are people that are burying their children. You have all of your children. There are parents that their children were diagnosed with cancer and your children are healthy. This is what he tells me, and he's blind. And that's why I say what I say in my videos. And I thought, yeah, you're right. You're right. And so sometimes we complain of the smallest things, and it's big to us. But just keep that in mind. There's people that have it worse. You know, some people, you know, they say, oh, your kids are adults and they still live with you, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? There are parents. There are kids that don't want nothing to do with their parents, that they disown them, or they're estranged, or they don't come by. My kids still want to be in my life. My daughter asks me all the time, Mommy, come here with me. Come here with me. My daughter went to her cousin's baby shower yesterday, right? She comes back with a plate of food for me. I didn't ask her. Actually, for the boys too, and me, she brought me back some brownies and different things because she thought of me. And she'll be 25 in July. Isaiah, sometimes he'll come home. He's 20. He'll be 21 in July. He'll come home and bring me my Wendy's salad that I like just because. Tyler, he's always asked me every time he goes out, before he comes home, he'll say, Mom, do you need anything? Do you want anything? Because first he'll say, do you need anything? I'll say, no, I'm good. Do you want anything? Do you want a Pepsi? Do you want this? Do you want that? I'm like, no, Tyler, you know, I'm trying to stay away from soda. But he'll still ask me. And that is a blessing. So far, it's working. I'm trying to find things to talk about, too, because I wanted to give it like about 10 minutes to make sure. But see, that doesn't go off because that's a stronger one, but it's a more efficient one.
Hello.
It's me, Editing Ann here. I also wanted to explain the reason why I put the other AC on, because the newer one just doesn't push the air out strong enough. So the other one, the one that's older, the one that's in the window, that one makes the room cooler, if that makes sense. So that's why I originally turned on the window AC. And I didn't plug it into the wall. I plugged it into the tower. And I know it's dangerous to do that, to plug something into like an extension cord or a tower and plug into the wall. Like, I get that, but it doesn't blow everything. So, because that scared the hell out of me. It did. I thought, oh my God, another wire. What did I do? You know, and I would have felt so bad because it was my fault. I'm going to get off of here. It's supposed to rain today and then tomorrow, because remember last time Lexi had her boyfriend over and he was going to help me get that gate up and and do the backyard and the front yard and the side yard, but then it rained. So either tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, I forget, he's going to come. I forget what day he has off. He's going to come over and help me. But tomorrow for sure, I'm going to cut the backyard. I'm going to cut the grass and all that type of stuff. But I'm also going to see if he'll help me do, because he's stronger than me, that front porch. I still got to get that green stuff off. I haven't done that because with the heat wave, I know, not I said the fly. My ass stayed in the house. So that'll probably be my next few vlogs, like outside and different things. So the next few videos will be outside vlogs and all of that. And yeah, that's everything, guys. Let me know how you're making out with the heat wave. How's the weather? Have you had this happen before? Do you have any ideas? No. Suggestions or anything that I can do? Let me know. And if you don't mind being like this type of lighting, let me know and I'll do more of them if you don't mind these type of lightings. I can also fit, but like on the weekends, like I said, the kids are downstairs and I don't like filming down there because, you know, they come in and out or what have you. And I don't want them feeling that they have to like stay in one room or what. I don't know. That's everything. I'm going to get off of here. I will check back. I'll keep you posted. I'll check back in a couple hours or every hour to see if it went off and I will let you know. And then maybe that's what I'll do when I start filming. I'll just start using the new one for now. All right, I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget to thumbs up the video or thumbs it down. That helps out with engagement so much. So if you could please do that. Make sure you leave a comment. Commenting helps with engagement too. So even if you leave a few comments, that would really help me out. Just don't leave all emojis because then YouTube will look at it as spam. And yeah, that's everything. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. Do as I say, not as I do. Bye, guys. You ready to go downstairs? Let me see. Bye.